Hi, Konul. Sorry I never saw your message. I've checked my DMs like once since Bashi because of all the... But, you know, that, in theory, that sounds great. I would love to do that. That sounds like really fun, actually, when you put it that way. Just wondering, was your lawyer charged or convicted with contract? I never saw the outcome of that case. It sounded like you wanted me to do like content and lives while I was there. If I go there with the intent of filming and posting, that is participating in human trafficking. So I can't, it's kind of a gray area. You know, if I didn't have a child, I might consider it, but the fact is several people in Baku hate my guts, and it's just not, it's not safe. I mean, you haven't been the most forthcoming, honest person on the planet, so how do I know that everything you've just said is true? We don't speak the same language. I can't ask you things like, hey, why'd you tell me Totu was in a 16-day coma? Hey, where's Sarah? And we all know you can put on a show. You've done it for that other influencer. You're doing it now. Anyone can put on a show. Like when my dad was looking for reformatory schools for me, he visited the one I went to, and he met all the staff beforehand. He toured the place. Everyone was super nice. He met the owners, the family. He was like, wow, this is a great place. And we didn't realize till later, because this happened to me every time the parents visited and CPS. The girls are locked in a hot trailer all day long. Can't get water, can't go to the bathroom, eat like one meal, and they're locked in there the entire day until the parents leave. And they also scrub the floors and clean nonstop the whole week before. Okay, counter offer. What if you guys came here? I have like enough toys for like 60 kids. You could bring Nur, you could bring Totu's mom. I'm not the best cook. Usually have a bunch of fruit right there. I need to go to the store. I do have a whole pantry of toddler food though. I have, I think, 2 or 3 brother-in-laws and father-in-law who's a doctor. We could have one of them look at Totu. Just casual, just check her out. Look, we have like a little pool, strawberry plant. We have like 3 different rooms just full of toys. There's two guest rooms you could have, and you could have your own bathroom. There's a fridge down here. I wouldn't bother you. Prairie, did you put my yoga mats in the shower? I'm like dead serious, by the way. Come over. Should you even be inviting a random American who everyone thinks is nuts to stay with children? Isn't that like a safety issue? I thought I was like the worst person ever. It's not a hotel, right? It's a shelter? Do you have other guests regularly? Seems like you do. I started posting about them in January. They've had 6 months to prepare. What is this going to prove anyway? You think they're going to abuse kids in front of me because I would ever let that go? I just thought of something else. In that video, Konul says that I'm committing a crime. So I actually don't answer to your laws, so this wouldn't be a crime for me, but in your country it might be. And now you want me to come to your country while saying I'm committing crimes? You ever watch that show Locked Up Abroad? It's terrifying. They can keep you for years, and the embassy in Azerbaijan already told us that Totu doesn't even exist, so I don't trust them to keep me safe there. She has connections in the government, get them to charge me with something, and then I'm stuck there abroad, no access to lawyers, anyone. I would be stranded. They are very proud of their country, and this is what our government says they do to people who they think disrespect their country. Politically motivated reprisal against individuals outside the country, political prisoners, including violence against journalists, enforcement of criminal defamation laws, which is what Konul just said, to limit expression and harassment, and incarceration of journalists on questionable charges here. Reports that the government or its agents committed arbitrary or unlawful unalivings. Men and women held together in prison cells. Solitary confinement, nope. I've done that already. I'm never doing that again. Planting stuff on people to arrest them, not giving them due process, forcing human rights activists to delete their social media while torturing them. 100 political prisoners were held at this year's end, including human rights activists, journalists, and bloggers. This activist was literally charged with hooliganism. There were credible reports from journalists who lived outside the country that suffered digital harassment and intimidation. Blogger was offered a monthly salary by the Azerbaijani government in return for not reporting about the corruption, and then they shut his TikTok account down. I'm so shook right now. It says the Ministry of Internal Affairs engaged in a cyber espionage and coordinated inauthentic behavior to track social media and replicate fake posts of journalists, government critics, and democracy advocates. They've made so many fake pages of me. That's crazy. It says Sputnik News, the one that has all the detailed articles about the criminal investigation and the evidence of torture found at the shelter. They were prohibited from doing news, and I tried to join their Telegram group, and it said this Telegram channel has been shut down for violating local laws. And it was all during this time. That's the journalist who interviewed Emily, and I couldn't find their articles for a while, and then they came back. There is pages and pages of this. She knows I'm not stupid, okay? She knows I'm never going to go there. Her lawyer probably told her to post this. She was at a big fancy government dinner a couple nights ago. They probably were in on this too. But now she gets to post this and looks like the innocent, sweet victim who's inviting me to just come check it out because nothing's wrong.